Hi, welcome to Wisecat, and a Happy New Year. This time, I've got a little bit of a special one lined up for you today because this is where I'm going to tell you a story of my last stuff up of 2022. And I made a mistake, and it was kind of stupid. I felt kind of foolish about it. And I want to tell you about the mistake because I think it's useful information, but also because the Moodle community's response was perfect. And so let's go and talk about it. So, the mistake I actually made, if I shrink myself down a little bit. So, I was in my Moodle and I was going in to go to the plugins and enable ClamAV. So, you might know that ClamAV is the antivirus plugin here, and you can enable it by clicking enable there. But first, you do need to set up something, so you need to do the settings. And okay, so I need to set the command line path or something because I wanted to run it over the command line. Didn't feel like setting up sockets or anything like that. So I'm just going to run it over the command line. And besides, clam dscan runs as daemon anyway, and it's fast enough for my uses. So that's all good. All right, so I want to put that in. So I can copy that and I can paste it in here. And oh, no, I can't because I've done the security thing of saying setting executable and local paths disabled in config.php, as you do. So anyway, I go to my config.php and just like everything else, path to gs, path to php, path to du, aspell, dot, pp, all these ones. I just added another line in my config.php that says path to clam, which is what it's called here, and I went user bin clam dscan. Now, some of you out there probably already are spotting my mistake here. I saved that, wrote 121 lines, etc. I've got some other stuff down below that I'm hiding, not going to show you. But once I did that and refresh my screen, I expect that here, user bin clam dscan should appear because it's been set in config.php. I hit my refresh button and nothing, zip, zero, zilch. And so I was thinking, that's strange. And so I went on to the Moodle tracker and everything, and I searched for path to clam, didn't find any other issues, so I decided to make my own. And so I, put in testing instructions, and here's how you guys can try it as well. Hopefully you can require it as well. This is what I'm trying to do. Blah 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 blah. In hindsight, I should have gone to the forums first, but I, in all my arrogance and everything, went straight to the tracker. And fortunately, Paul Holden, golden response here, stellar response, because he's saying, he tells me quite correctly, the configuration is a plugins configuration. It's not in the global scope. Therefore, to correctly put it in, this is what you should basically be doing. Setting in a forced plugin settings. And, right, so that's what I should have done. So I come back to my config.php. If I delete enough of these lines, then there it is. And that's the actual one that it should be, right? Forced plugin settings. Oh, that's a bit, let's see if I widen that up. Forced plugin settings, antivirus ClamAV is the plugin name, and the setting that should be applied to that plugin is path to clam, and this is the actual value for that setting. This is how you're supposed to do it for plugins, for paths, because it's not a system path, it's a plugins path. So if I do that and save that to my config.php, and now go back here, bang, there it is. Beautiful. And it's right there, and it's defined in config.php. Beautiful. That is exactly what we wanted it to be. It's got a little check there that says that the claim is plugged in properly. So, my apologies to everyone who saw this on the tracker. It's not a bug. I was reporting it as a bug, and that was my mistake. I shouldn't have reported it as a bug. But it's also, goes to show it doesn't matter how long you do this, you'll always find something like this is going to happen. And what I was really thrilled to see was, Paul Holden's response here. I mean, some other communities that I've participated in the past, I'm not going to name them, but they've given, a far worse reaction. They've said things like, "Oh, you noob, you newbie," and "Oh, you're terrible," or something like that. They have a really negative reaction. There was none of that here. It was Paul's response was perfect. It was on the money. It answered the query, answered the problem as well, demonstrated where I was in error, and it did it in a way that empowered instead of belittling. And so I know I'm rather embarrassed that I made the mistake, but the response to my mistake was so friendly and so warm and so I just want to shout out the community, and especially Paul Holden for his response, which I thought was absolutely beautiful. So there you have it, and I will link actually to this tracker issue in the below, so that if you want to actually come in here later and copy paste this sort of stuff to your own config PHP, you'll be able to do so. Okay, that's it for this one. Thank you very much, and see you again real soon.